नित्यानन्देश्वरपरमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanedar, Kotari, visitors, viewers sitting with us all over the world through Nityananda TV, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Enlighten app, Kailasa TV, Hinduism Now TV, Twitter and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Listen to today's powerful cognition. This is one of the most powerful, beautiful cognition I received directly from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Any fear is disrespect to Paramashiva residing in you. Understand? The moment you are initiated and you decide to be integrated to Guru, listen, I am repeating. For example, you are initiated 5 years before, but last 5 years, many times you missed your integrity and you did not keep up. But now, if you decide to be integrated to the initiation and the Guru, even then you are an initiated disciple. The moment you declare your decision to be integrated back, you have a right of initiated disciple. Understand? Paramashiva tells very clearly, decision and your declaration of integrity is the prayaschitta for your past missing the integrity. Nothing else is needed. Your decision, oh Paramashiva, oh my Guru, from now let's build our future together. That's enough. From now let's be together. That's enough. That is all is needed, nothing else is needed. Understand? For anyone who is initiated, Paramashiva resides in you, is alive in you. All fears are abusal to him, so do not cherish, do not entertain. I tell you, really listen to this statement. Through fear, you will not develop any successful strategy for your life. It is only the intuition Paramashiva awakens in you will give you the right successful strategies in your life. So fear has no utility value in your life once you are initiated disciple. See, people who live in delusion, at least fear keeps them little decent. They will not go into worst immoral acts. Their standard will be somehow maintained in some level. So for them, fear is required. for you. No kind, no level, no item fear is required. Listen carefully. All you need is only integrity to Paramashiva. Listen. No level, no kind of fear is required. All you need is integrity to Paramashiva. Integrity to Paramashiva makes you experience highest truths, jnana and vijnana, knowledge and applied sciences of the highest possibilities and highest existence. Listen. I'll tell you an incident happened in my life. Arunagiri Yogeshwara directly teaching to me. Once he was teaching about this grahas. I think I would have told the incident already. That he brought the grahas and like a chess. He showed me. He has shown me too many things. I'll reveal one by one. Actually, when he was moving the Saturn Graha, his finger went in. See the size, if it was like apple size, the Saturn Graha, when he tried to pick up the Graha, his finger went in. Inside it was only lemon size. I asked, why Swamiji? He said, all those, that layer around the Saturn was moons. Of course. I could not understand what he was trying to convey at that time. Now, when I am reading articles that Saturn has the largest number of moons, now I can understand, oh God, he was right. Let me explain the whole thing. See, he brought the grahas and like a miniature version, started explaining the powers and multiple manifestations and the dimensions of the universe. He uttered one word, Nitya Ananda Prapancham. To define the Paramashiva, the ultimate, he was explaining a word, Nitya Ananda Prapancham. Listen carefully. he was actually explaining some of the ways that stars and grahas are placed he was telling that eccentric circle and concentric circle. See, some of the planets move in concentric circle. Some of the moons of some of the planets move in eccentric circle. The different moves he was trying to teach me and explain. Please understand. This story and this incident, this conversation between me and him will really help you to get rid of all fears of your life. Because whenever you listen to the cosmic truths, the Paramashiva component in you asserts its existence. All strength can come only from Paramashiva. Understand? All strength can come only from Paramashiva. Every time you listen to a cosmic truth, the Paramashiva component in you gets strengthened. All strength comes from Paramashiva component in you. All weakness comes from demons. Understand? Sometimes demons will act and brainwash you as if they are making you powerful. No. Understand? See, it's like a childish courage. Child all the time feels empowered if the child is able to say no to father and mother. That is stupid. It may be the courage to throw tantrum, but that is not courage to live. Understand? Courage to throw tantrum is different. And if you think the courage to throw tantrum is a power, you are a fool. I have seen these kids. They will see the neighbors, the other friends throwing tantrum with their parents, and they will start throwing tantrum with their parents also. Oh, he is throwing tantrum with his father and mother and getting what he wants. Let me also throw tantrum. Throwing tantrum is not powerfulness. Understand? Demons brainwash you to throw tantrum. You may feel empowered for few days when you throw tantrum, but that powerfulness is not going to stand with you forever. Only when you understand the cosmic truths and the power manifests in you through understanding the cosmic truths, that power will stand with you forever. Understand? I am giving you the power of gods, goddesses. Stupid. People who are trying to destroy your Paramashiva component are putting poison in you, destroying your spiritual possibility. They make you feel, throw tantrum against Guru, you will feel empowered. How many days? Understand? Paramahamsa Yogananda has been called as love cult. But after a long time, all those abuses are gone. Paramahamsa Yogananda is standing tall as the symbol of yoga tradition, symbol of Hinduism. Vivekananda was called as cult. Ramakrishna Mission was called as cult. But after all those abuses are gone, now Ramakrishna Mission and Vivekananda is standing tall as the embodiment of Hinduism. L. Ron Hubbard was called as cult. After all those abuses, accusers have gone, the Scientology is contributing so much to human beings and their welfareness. Understand? All these abusers, accusers will be gone. I'll be standing tall representing Paramashiva Hinduism, because I contribute to your life. I am empowering you with enlightenment. I am giving you the eternal power, knowledge, truth. Understand? The powerfulness you feel by realizing the cosmic truths is the permanent eternal power. When you listen to the eternal truths, and the power you feel is the eternal power. The powers you feel by throwing tantrum, abusing, accusing, destroying, these are all momentary, like itching, scratching for itching, and itching and scratching, scratching and itching, scratching and itching, and itching and scratching. That is not powerfulness, and that will not be permanent. Understand? Be empowered by the cosmic truths. I'll reveal this truth which I received from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. See this concentric circle, eccentric circle. How the grahas move and their shape. He was explaining to me this circle. See, when he brought them all like a chessboard, he was telling all these grahas moving, all that he was showing, and then he was telling, now they are all in small circle. There, when I leave them back, they will all be in big circle. But this shape of the circle does not change. That is called Nityatva, dimension of the universe. Listen carefully. He was explaining like a length, breadth, depth, time, space. There is one dimension called Nityatva, eternity. The eternity dimension he was trying to explain. This circle, how the planets going around the sun, some of them are clear circle, some of them are eccentric circle. He was showing and explaining to me and telling, the size changes but not the shape. I looked at him, then he explained, in some places shape changes, not size. In some places, length changes, not depth. In some places, depth changes, not breadth. In some places, length, breadth, depth changes, but not the time. So, in everything exists, there is one thing does not change, that nityatva. Listen carefully. In you also, there is something does not change, that eternal nityatva. It just hit me so strongly. He said, whether elliptical orbits, concentric circles, eccentric circles, any shape. He explained to me some of the stars move in a clear triangle. And maybe when time comes, I'll elaborately detail with the Shastra Pramanas. Now, I wanted to focus on this one truth. Nityatva, eternal. Is one of the dimension of the universe. And because you are part of the universe, there is a component nityatva, eternal in you. The more and more you enjoy that eternal component of you, more and more you are able to cognize and believe and celebrate the eternal component of you. The wealth you make will be based on eternal principles, very powerful long-term strategies. You will not become billionaire overnight. You will not become pauper overnight. You will not declare bankruptcy overnight. You will be very brilliant, wealthy person. And the journey towards wealth will not be painful, suffering, torturous for you and for others. Understand? This is the beauty. This is the beauty of the person who rests in his eternity. He will be in such extraordinary joy and peace. He knows where to use inspiration, where to use fear, where to use greed. He will never harm people. He will be non-violent. Paramashanta. Understand? Because I am Paramashanta, no karma comes to me. How many ever people try to abuse, accuse? Some of the abusers are crying, oh, 11 years I am abusing him, accusing him, nothing can be done. I tell you one secret. In 2000, one yellow journalist in Tamil Nadu, he started abusing me. Now it is already 2019. When I look back, still his only full-time job is abusing, accusing people, cheaply writing. He is literally like a pornography writer, pen prostitution, voyeurism, all the worst things. Yellow journalism, pen prostitution, cheapest way of existing. Supplying mental stuff for the cheapest existence, triggering the cheapest emotions of the people, and supplying food for that and living on it. இது மாதிரி ஒரு பொழப்பு வேணுமாடா? But I am seeing that time he was abusing me. When I look back, from that time till now, he is abusing somebody, and that is his life. This is what is called hell. So much suffering for himself and suffering for whole humanity. Whoever reads his book will mentally be destroyed. For last 20 years he is doing the same thing. So much poison he is mixing in the human minds, in the human society. I can see 2000 he started attacking me. Maybe 2002 or exact date I don't remember. From that time he started attacking me. That time I was in a small hut teaching few people about enlightenment, meditation, enlightening few people, initiating. I am seeing year by year, day by day. Now today I am sitting as the head of a only Hindu nation, the Kailasa Enlightenment Civilization, and the Kailasa, the only Hindu nation. And that fellow still is sitting and continuously abusing people, accusing people. When I look back, I am seeing I have created a beautiful heaven, Kailasa, around me and everywhere, all over the world. Whoever has heard me, ready to be integrated to me, listen to me, my fans, my followers, everywhere, the Kailasa is created. Whoever is listening to him, reading his book, worst depression is catching them. That fellow himself is in depression. Otherwise, you cannot vomit so much poison. To think so much convoluted way, you need to be demon. Unless you are a demon, you cannot think so much convoluted way. I tell you, 20 years of his life, 20 years of my life I am seeing. The day he was abusing me, I was just sitting in a small hut and initiating, enlightening few people. I made my life initiating, enlightening people continuously, one by one, one by one, one by one, one at a time. Understand? The whole Kailasa Sangha is a hard work, one at a time. One at a time. The Venkateshwara standing tall in Los Angeles, Kailasa. Meenakshi standing tall in San Jose, Kailasa. Nataraja dancing in Seattle, Kailasa. All of them are witness for my physical hard work. Paramashiva sitting in Ohio, Kailasa. Every inch I carved personally. Chanting the mantra, I carved personally. We have sculptors who are witnesses for this. In Mahabalipuram, still they are there. In Kumbakonam, still they are there. Whole day I will go to Bangalore city for healing patients and devotees. The night I will come back to Biddi Ashram and start carving. The Ohio Anandeshwara, Los Angeles Venkateshwara and Dakshinamurti, Houston Dakshinamurti, and Meenakshi in San Jose, and Dakshinamurti in Biddi. All these I personally carved. And the Nataraja in Seattle, I personally did the mold in Kumbakonam. Understand? I'll sit whole night and carve in Biddi. And these workers, they have to support me, help me to turn the deity. It's too big. You cannot turn, one person cannot turn. Sometimes you have to turn to do the side shaping of the face, side shaping of the body and all. So these workers have to be there supporting me, helping me with those days there was no electricity in Biddi Ashram. So only the night torch, the light lamp torch and lander lamp. So in the lander lamp, I'll keep a paper, the original Dhyana Sloka. Even though the formal shape is done based on Dhyana Sloka, every moment when I carve, I will be going on chanting, humming the Dhyana Sloka and carve. So that that deity is birthed in that stone. Deity manifests in that stone. We have eyewitness for all that. Understand? How I made deity birth in stones, same way I made Paramashiva birth in each one of you through initiation, one at a time. Carving the deity, carving the devotee, both I did one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. It's a lot of hard work, understand? I am seeing last 20 years, I am doing my work of contributing, empowering, enlightening people. And this yellow journalist, last 20 years, what he is doing? Just abusing people, accusing people, threatening, blackmailing. And I tell you, after all these abusers, accusers have gone, their whole gang gone, I'll be standing tall representing Hinduism. Not only now, forever I'll be standing tall representing Hinduism. The deities I carved will be standing tall representing Hinduism. The devotees I made enlighten will be standing tall representing Hinduism. Understand? Because we represent eternal truths. We represent eternal truths. Listen. Nitya, Ananta, Prapancham. These are the 3 words I am going to explain today. Sometimes length may change, depth won't change. Sometimes depth may change, breadth won't change. Sometimes breadth may change, time won't change. Sometimes time may change, space won't change. That dimension of Nitya is alive in everything. That makes sure everything does not change in everything at a time. Listen carefully. More and more you remember, you have Nitya component in you, eternal component in you. More and more you become fearless. That day I was telling one incident with my guru, another one guru, not Arunagiri Yogeshwara, another one guru. He made a statement in Tamil. வெளிவாதம் உள்வாதமாகாமல் பார்த்துக்கொள்ளலே தைரியம். The external heat and arguments not becoming internal heat and arguments is courage. not allowing the external heat and arguments becoming internal heat and arguments. In Tamil, Vadam word has two meaning, argument and heat, both. When you analyze the truth, the arguments you present should not create internal heat. Only then it is truth. If it creates internal heat, it is not truth, it is fake, strategically presented, convoluted, perverted ideas. That is why when Shankara and Mandana Mishra need to debate Saraswati, Ubaya-bharati, Parashakti Swarupini, Sharada, she puts a condition, both should wear lotus garland. Whose garland does not wither away is the person successful. Means when they present their argument, their body heat is not increased. If your body heat increases, the garland will wither away. If your body heat is increasing, you are not truthful. You are trying to be strategic and do the verbal game, verbal pornography, and trying to twist the words, strategically playing cunning games. Understand? This is the beautiful test methodology to test whether something is truth or not. Eternal truths never creates vada, heat in you. I am putting too many things together. If you understand Shankara's story, if you understand the word vada, you will see suddenly all the zigzag puzzle falling in one place. I tell you, if you establish your being on the eternal principles, even demons cannot touch you. If you build yourself based on negativity, nobody needs to destroy you. By your own weight, you will destroy yourself. You will implode and destroy yourself. Stand on the truth of eternity. Listen, just like a length is one of the real dimension of the universe, eternity is the real dimension of you. Please understand how you believe length, breadth, depth as a fact and the truth of the existence. Same way, eternity is the truth of the existence. That is what I am trying to tell you. Catch this. Nityatva, eternity, is the truth of your existence. Today, morning when I was having the bath, it's my tradition to pour water all the time on the head. I saw the truth getting revealed that today, satsang, powerful cognition, Nitya Ananda Prapancham, what I received from Arunagiri Yogeshwara, today I am supposed to start explaining about that. So I was getting ready for the satsang. Suddenly I saw in my computer a pop-up opening. I just got only one word. Eternal cyclic universe. I thought, oh God, what an apt word to describe Nitya Ananda Prabhanjam. I'll explain this eternal, the truth of eternity. Understand? Many of your patterns, sufferings, fears are impulsive, not existential based. If you decide to sit with you and relaxed way look at you and have a matured conversation with you, much of your fears have no place inside you. If you just want to throw tantrum, how can he do that? How can she do that? How can this person do that? How can that person do that? If you are interested in throwing tantrum, all the fears, greed, everything has a place in you. But this constant tantrum based reaction and action, the life you are going to manifest around you is going to be hell. Listen to that truth. See, the constant tantrum throwing, violent hatred, action, reaction, you are going to create hell around you. Nityatva. I can use and maybe I'll create a new word. Eternal, cosmic constant. It is actually one of the dimension of the universe. Understand? Like a length is a dimension, length, breadth, depth, time, space, like these dimensions of the universe. Eternity is the dimension of the universe. If you know how eternity functions, makes itself available to all of us, how we can access eternity. The Sankhya of the eternity, logic of the eternity, you will be relieved from fears once for all. One of the fundamental quality you need to access the eternal dimension of you is having restful, matured conversation with you. What am I doing? Where am I going? I am going to be eternally alive. Am I planning and building my life for that? Or am I just agitated, tantrum throwing child, thinking that there is no tomorrow? When it comes, let me face. Understand? All suffering is nothing but having this attitude. When it comes, let me face, and when it comes, you will not be able to face. That is a suffering. Understand? This is two important statement I am making. All suffering in your life is because of that blind spot you have. When it comes, let me face, and when it actually comes, you won't be able to face. This blind spot, I have seen people running away from the Sangha also. They'll run away. They think they can go and sit in a Haridwar and start living or do Parivrajika. When it comes, I'll face. When it comes, let me face. Actually, when it comes, they will not be able to face. It's not that easy to have enlightenment sitting in corner of Haridwar and doing Parivrajika. They think, oh, Swamiji did Parivrajika. Fool, I did Parivrajika after enlightenment. My Parivrajika was to share this enlightenment to the world. And when I went for Parivrajika, Ekadash Rudras, Ashta Bhairavas, Ashta Yoginis, all of them were with me. I was not alone. All the 64 Yoginis, 64 Bhairavas, 11 Rudras, all of them were with me. If you understand the dimension of eternity, you will not have this blind spot in your thinking, in your action and reaction. Oh, when it comes, let me face. No, that is the biggest, worst blind spot. Drop this one blind spot. When it comes, I'll face. You will not be able to face. That is what is all the sufferings of your life. Understand? Have matured conversation with yourself. I want all the Rajavidya Gurukul students, all my Yuvarajas and Yuvaranis, listen to this satsang today at least 3 times. And all the brahmacharis, brahmacharinis, Kailasavasis, listen to this satsang at least 3 times. You need to listen to every statement I am making, like a length, breadth, depth. Time, space is a dimensions of the universe. Eternity is the dimension of the universe. How much of importance you give for your length, breadth, depth, time, space. Give that much of importance to build the eternity dimension in you. Understand? You all know how to reduce your length, breadth, depth, or how to increase your length, breadth, depth. Same way you need to know how to increase the eternity dimension in you. Increasing the eternity dimension in you happens by having matured conversation with you and strategizing your life actions, reactions based on the truth you are eternal. All the Ichamrityu participants, the Kayakalpa Yoga participants, Ichamriti is one result. The program itself is Kayakalpa Yoga participants. Should start silence, but don't stop eating. You should eat 3 times a day. You should have complete silence and no gadgets, no other communication other for emergency and for your survival need. You can pen down, you can write and show to your in charges if you need anything. Other than that, start being in silence and start the Mahavagya Japa and 3 times yoga. The team in charges will receive the spiritual instructions to be given to you and start practicing that. But don't stop food. You should have 3 meals a day. Full 3 meals a day. and yoga. Listen now. This eternal, the idea you are eternal, when it starts sinking in you, first thing will happen. You will become healthy. The whole body will get shaken with Kundalini Shakti. You will become healthy. Even if you just intellectually start analyzing, I am eternal. I am eternal. Oh, I am going to be here forever. Yeah. What it means, then whatever I feel as me is going to be here forever. Then I should make more and more friends all over the world by sharing more and more love, joy, creating more and more good things, empowering more and more people with these powerful cognitions. Wow. That's what is life. More and more powers of eternity will start manifesting in you. Understand? When you understand about each dimension, you become master of that dimension. When you understand about eternity, you become master of all the powers related to eternal dimension. Actually, this Paramashivoham, I am going to teach and share all the powers related to the eternal dimension. That is why I said you cannot buy Paramashivoham. You cannot buy Paramashivoham. Hey, what Paramashiva has given me and what Paramashiva has sent it to the world through me cannot be equated to any few hundred, few thousand, or even few $1,000,000. Dollar is man-made wealth. The powers are Paramashiva made wealth. Dollar is man-made wealth. Powers are Paramashiva made wealth. Powers are currency of eternity dimension. Listen, this is the essence of today's satsang. Powers of Paramashiva are currency of eternity dimension. I'm going to reveal those powers of eternity dimension. Actually, how to make your own powerful cognition to manifest any power you want to manifest. That is the science I'm going to teach in Paramashivoham. Any one of you want to come for Paramashivoham, you can apply. I'll choose based on my free will. Understand, Guru chooses to whom he want to teach. From some, I may accept your Guru Kanikai and no more fee. Everything is Guru Kanikai. I may accept from some Guru Kanikai, from some I may not accept Guru Kanikai. Guru Dakshina. From some I may say, okay, I accept whatever Guru Dakshina you give. To some I may say, no, I'll accept only 20% of what you are giving. That's enough. I don't want remaining. From some I may say, I don't want any Guru Dakshina from you. You just come and attend and go. For some I say, no, I don't want you to come for a program. I don't want to see you. Get out. Not because of hatred. Have some more training. Get evolved. Have more spiritual maturity to come. But money cannot buy Paramashivoham anymore. Money cannot buy any program I am conducting anymore, any initiation, any darshan, any spiritual truths, anything I am sharing. Money cannot buy anymore. This last few days before the Kailasa Mandala process, I already established the truth. My Divya Sarira can initiate people. Almost every ashram, every center, every temple where the Kailasa Mandala process happened, Vibhuti materialized, Kungum materialized, chair started shaking. People saw me physically. That night they had me in their dream, darshan, everything. So I can do what I need to do through the Divya Sarira. And for Divya Sarira to come to your place, I don't need visa, passport, and any other travel permission. It can just appear the moment you call. The moment I want to be there, I can be there and bless you and initiate you. So I'm going to function as per the Hindu principles of economy. Money cannot buy. Money cannot buy. And whoever wants, apply. If you get email from me that you have been selected, you can come to whichever center I allot you. Maybe in 2-3 places we will be having Paramashivoham. Whichever center I allot, you can come. If I choose to accept money from you, I'll accept, otherwise I won't accept. And no questions will be answered. I'm very clearly, now itself I'm telling you. If you ask, one day before the Paramashivoham starting, if I get an email, what can I do? That's the way I'll do. If you can make it, come, otherwise don't come. No questions. I'm not interested in number. I'm interested in quality of consciousness. Paramashiva will put all tests. And when you show the sincerity, suddenly you will see you get free flight ticket, and suddenly you get free ride and you land in the ashram. It's all going to be play of Paramashiva. You coming to Paramashivoham is going to be play of Leela of Paramashiva. It is not going to be related to money at all. No way it's going to be related to money. Even if you want to give $1 million, I may say, I'm not interested in you attending the program, nor your $1 million. For some, I may say, you neither need to pay money, nor you need to worry about anything. Just reach the campus, attend the Paramashivoham. So it all depends on your integrity and sincerity. Money cannot buy Paramashivoham. That is the uniqueness of Paramashivoham. And I have decided all gifts from me from now cannot be bought. No money can buy. This weekend I am going to do the Shakti Mandala process. One more Mandala process where you are going to taste the Devi, Parashakti dimension of me. The feminine consciousness of me, Devi dimension of me. So understand, no money can buy any program from me anymore. After this great pause, I have decided no money can buy any program from me anymore. And you can apply and send the email and wait for approval. Only request and prayer. That's the only way you can relate with Paramashiva. Kailasa currency, powers, cannot be equated to any country currency. This is one more important statement, truth I am revealing. Kailasa currency, powers, Paramashiva's powers cannot be equated to any country currency. Listen to this truth. Actually, Arunagiri Yogeshwara explained three major truths that day. The first is this eternal, Nitya. Then he explained the dimension of Ananda. Ananda is one of the dimension. And then he explained how when you understand the Nitya and Ananda, the universe becomes different for you. Universe is not same. Understand? As long as you don't understand the eternity dimension, universe is different for you. Once you understand the eternity dimension, universe is different for you. That is why I am saying, once you understand eternity, you live in a different plane. Your body may be in the physical plane, but you live in a different plane. All of you whose body is in physical plane but live in Kailasa with me are going to be with me in Kailasa in physical plane also soon together. Because I am mapping the Kailasa space into Kailasa place. The Bhu Kailasa, Paramashiva's grace and Parashakti's grace is manifesting as Bhu Kailasa. Listen carefully. I'll explain this eternal dimension of the universe. Sometime length changes, but breadth will not change. Breadth changes, length will not change. Depth changes, time will not change. Time changes, space will not change. Because like a length, breadth, depth, time, space, eternity is one of the dimension of the universe. Living dimension of the universe. Krishna says, Sutre Manigana Iva. I am the center thread connecting all these pearls, manis. The Nityatva dimension is a reality of reality. You remembering this will make fears irrelevant. Understand? Whenever the people abuse me, attack me, I just make them irrelevant. I don't fight with them. I just make them irrelevant. They say, oh, he sits in silver throne, golden throne. I make 25 thrones and sit. Not only I sit, and I put all my photographs also in the thrones. They make fun of me version of Advaita. Then I say, come on, now have one more, you version. Tomorrow, maybe I can give you me, you version. Why tomorrow? Now I will give you, me, in you. Seeks the cosmic you, me. And the cosmic you, me manifests in you, me as very yummy. For you, me to enjoy the yummy of you, me. And enjoy the experience of the cosmic Yumi in Yumi way. Enjoy. Have it. The Yumi in you seeks the cosmic Yumi and makes the cosmic Yumi manifest in me Yumi in a very Yumi way for you to enjoy the Yumi in Yumi way. When you make fun of the me version, I give you version and you me version and make the abusers, accusers, attackers irrelevant. Standing tall as hero means the attackers, abusers, enemies are not even able to catch up to your level to fight with you. Is what is the definition of standing tall as hero. Understand this. The definition of standing tall as hero means your enemies, attackers, abusers are not even able to catch up to stand up with you or to accuse you, attack you, abuse you. You stand so tall, contributing to the world. The attackers, abusers, enemies become irrelevant. They are no more relevant. Not even you fight with them. You just make them irrelevant. Meditate on this great truth of eternal dimension of you. Like you have shoulder, eyes, ears, nose, head, you have eternity in you as part of you. Meditate on this. Just like how you believe you have hands, you have leg, you have head, you have shoulder, you have eyes, you have eternity as a dimension of you. Meditate on this. Few days before in the satsang, I was explaining about castor oil as the aushadha. Many people were questioning how to use it. I'll tell you. Don't apply inside the eyes. On the eyelids, apply the castor oil. Apply on your hair. Apply on eyelids. Apply on the ears and clean. Not pour inside. For cleaning. And for the nose also apply so that in your smelling, inhaling, the castor oil smell continues to be there at least for half an hour. And take at least 1 teaspoon castor oil for the stomach to be clean every day. At least 1 teaspoon castor oil, pure organic castor oil, and apply on the asanavai. You yourself will. I don't know the English word for it. Apply for the cleansing, the castor oil. And light lamp in castor oil and gaze at that at least 11 minutes a day. So this is the way to use castor oil as the aushadha for your purification. And when you take bath, you can apply all over the body also. When you sleep, apply on the navel. Castor oil is one of the very powerful aushadha that will make you fearless. All the fear strokes will be healed. Listen. Meditate on the truth you are eternal. Eternity is one of the dimension of you. Any dimension of you, you can decide to make it as eternal. You can decide to make even all your dimensions into eternal. See, deciding to make your whole body into eternal is what is Swarupa Samadhi. The eternal dimension of you is a power. You can add that into anything of you. If you add that into your body, you will have healing. If you add that into any of your organs, you will have healing, and that organ will start manifesting powers. Having the understanding about the eternal dimension of you is like having Kailasa currency. You can use it anywhere you want. If you meditate, my body should become eternal. It will start healing. My mind should become eternal. It will start getting detoxed and all the patterns and negativity will melt down. The eternal principles. Understand? That is why I am saying all the powers I am teaching are not black magic, because these powers are based on eternal principles. I am neither teaching you black magic nor white magic. I am teaching you golden magic. Not even golden magic, golden logic. It's a multidimensional logic I am teaching you. The eternal principles I am teaching you. So that principles naturally manifest powers in you. So what I am talking and teaching is not black magic. It is eternal principles. But I understand how cunningly the racist supremacists to destroy Hinduism create a very abusive, cunning, strategic theory of this cult grand narrative. See, all these yoginis, many yoginis are only named as witches and were burnt. And many of these power manifesting sciences, see, Hinduism was spread all over the world in those days. In South Africa, South America, Middle East, everywhere it was practiced as indigenous traditions. When these racists wanted to destroy Hinduism, they created this cult theory and made people get frightened about Hinduism and used all the bad words like a superstition, witchcraft, black magic, cult, all those words. Even brainwashed Hindus themselves and made even educated Hindus believe that the Hinduism is cult, witchcraft and all that. And Hinduism is superstition. And destroying Hinduism using Hindus. And when you don't get enough Hindus, directly racists are entering into the market, entering into the field, attacking Hindus and Hinduism. One of the oldest, ancient, most legitimate, most scientific, most foolproof, most time tested, most powerful religion, Hinduism, is being called as cult. Oh, Hindus, wake up. Now, let's meditate. You are eternal. Eternity is a dimension of the universe. Sit. I bless you all to manifest the powers of Nityatva. And in further satsangs, I'll explain on the truths of Anandatva and universe. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhat Paita Saivam, Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.